Hey, what's going on? It's Grant. I had the pleasure of sitting down with my client, athlete James Fuhrer, talking a little bit about mental performance, seeing how he's doing in college, and providing some value to somebody out there who might be thinking about working with me in terms of what it's like. Should you start now? What's stopping you? So enjoy. James, what's up, man?
So,
Good to see you, man. Happy things are going well in college. Thanks for hopping on. Just kind of want to dive in a little bit to about what we've done together this summer and how I was able to help you a little bit. And if you don't mind, just kind of, you know, helping everybody kind of understand what mental performance is and how the system works. And before we jump into it, why don't you just kind of introduce yourself and say where you're at, say what you got going on and where you're from, and then we'll take it from there.
my name's James Fear III. I'm from Franklin, Louisiana. I graduated from Hanson Memorial, and I'm a Division II college golfer at Arkansas Monticello.
Awesome. Awesome. Very happy for you. How long did you dream about playing golf in college?
I've been playing golf my whole life, but I'd say I started having thoughts about playing in college probably about seventh grade.
hmm hmm And that's when you committed to it, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, absolutely. Awesome, man. So James and I, we worked together for the whole summer. We had a great relationship. Things were great. We still keep in touch and still working on getting to the next level and doing what he can do. But um, James, just maybe just kind of get a backstory, briefly of where you were at in terms of when you were finishing up high school and where you were at mentally and what kind of led you to want to pursue mental performance coaching?
So, playing in tournaments, you know, wasn't I was still performing good or decent, but it wasn't definitely wasn't to the best of my ability. I knew that I could do better, and it was just emotionally just tough putting in all the work and not really seeing it fully pay off. And I knew I knew my problem wasn't like physical. I knew it wasn't. I knew my swing was good enough. I knew it wasn't anything with my golf game physically. I knew it was all in my head. So I knew I needed to reach out to somebody to get help.
Awesome, man. No, it's great. I mean, like you said, I think the key point there was that you were playing well, but it just wasn't up to your expectations, right? So you knew that there was just something missing from the piece, which happens to us all. So without a doubt, I think that you made the right decision. It's my non-biased opinion, and doing what you needed to do to get yourself prepared for going and play at the next level. So when we started, our whole process, and we started our program, what was kind of the, I guess, turning point in terms of when you started to notice something changing about your mentality or just your performance, or like you said, that emotional struggle?
Um, I would say the improvements were really quick. I think we were only working together about 2 or 3 weeks, and I played my first tournament of the summer, and performed really well. Shot 72 and placed second. And throughout that whole round, I could see or even hear just like the way I was just talking to myself in my mind was very different than in the past.
hmm hmm Yeah, and it's not like we were doing anything complicated, right? I mean, it was simple, but it wasn't easy, and it was just stayed consistent with it. So, I mean, you dove into the process and you crushed it, man. You were just awesome from top to bottom. And, I was glued to my phone all summer watching James. Once he'd send me the link for his scores or his tournaments, I'm sitting there glued to my phone, just anxiously waiting a text, are you okay? How's it going? How are we feeling? And it's been awesome. So that's awesome, man. I knew that it would happen that way too. The way that were committed to what we were doing, the way that you attack every process, and I had no doubt that you would see some results right away. So it was easy there. Okay, cool. So what about maybe? like you said, it was in that 2 or 3 week period, and when you shot that 72, you were doing great, but it just kept getting better from there, right? So, what was like a specific moment that you felt, you know, you were seeing the payoff, I guess you could say, to where you said, this is starting to, I'm glad I did this process. I'm glad I've done this coaching, and I see it right now. What was that kind of aha moment?
It was during a tournament. You know, I wasn't playing my best that day, but um, when my ability to recover was just like next level, and it improved so much. I think I hit a drive in the water or something, and instead of getting all mad at myself and oh here we go again and all those thoughts, I tried to stay positive, and then next shot stuck it really close on the green and made a putt and still saved par. And it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this stuff works, like it's,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
And it's not, there's no magic. I mean, it was
yeah,
just you. It was just what you had inside of you. And we've all been there, we've all had the negative self-talk. We've all had the constant worry about the next failure, next performance. And you just let it go and you just play and you just operate freely. So without a doubt, I mean, that was awesome. When you had told me that, of course I'm like, oh man, hit in the water. But at the same time, I said, okay, you bounce back. That's the most important part here. So very cool. What I don't want to say, the 12 weeks was kind of the culmination of the same thing, but what would you say was one of the better, more beneficial parts of the 12 weeks of training that we did that you felt you could really resonate with and take with you to the next level?
I think learning about the reframing probably has helped me the most. Being able to take a situation, even just in day-to-day life, not even on the golf course, just no matter how bad your situation is, try and find at least one good positive thing. Will It'll just help you perform in really anything.
Oh, 100%. I, that's probably the one thing I would take with me if I had to take one tool. It would be the power to reframe. How can you train your mind to reframe it? And I write it on my classroom board. I mean, the ability to reframe is a superpower. And people walk in and say, "What does that mean?" I say, "Well, you can't lose. It means every time there's a negative, adverse setback, you bounce back and you win from it. And you can't lose. And you find positive solutions. And it's, like I said, it's simple, but again, it's not easy. So, look, you've done a great job with that too. So, what would you tell somebody that was, maybe looking to take their game to the next level? They were on the fence about going into mental performance, or they wanted to build that foundation. What advice would you give them in terms of working with me based on your experience?
Oh, I would 110% do it. I mean, just it's not even just with sports too, with anything. Like I was saying, just day-to-day life, schoolwork, sports, all of it. Um, I mean, the only thing I regret is not contacting you sooner.
Yeah. Well, that's what we talked about too, right? God doesn't make mistakes, so the timing was right for both of us, and we were able to jump into it. Awesome, man. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you regret letting me convince you to get into that cold plunge.
Oh no, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. Once you get out, it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. Cool, man. Well, look, I don't want to keep you long, so look, best of luck this fall. Looking forward to the next tournament. Good luck this week, and can't wait to hop back on and connect. And can't thank you enough for hopping on, James.
Oh, thank you.